Hello everyone and welcome back to another custom diecast review. Today we have something I've been working on forever, and if you have not seen the video on this, I'll talk a little bit about that here in a minute, and I'll also leave a link in the description to that video about why this diecast was made. So, back in Season 1 of the virtual racing series of NASCAR Heat, we did a season, or the first season we did from the McDonald's Cup Series, which was on NASCAR Heat 4. We're still in Season 2 as of right now. We plan to switch over to Season 5, wow, to NASCAR Heat 5 during the All-Star race. So we'll go Heat 4 until the All-Star race, and then we will go to Heat 5. So that's the plan. But back in Heat 4, in the first season, I had a very lucky win, I would say, because Jarrett was out front, and I believe it was Jarrett. It could have been Logan. I think it was Jarrett. But, yeah, it was Jarrett, because he complained like crazy. But, anyway, it was first, second, me and Jarrett. Jarrett was first, I was second, and coming into, I believe it was the no, it was like turn 1, and I think it was like turn 1 or 2, that he disconnected. So his internet, just kind of crapped on him, or the Heat server kind of crapped on him, and then it disconnected him. We don't back out on, like, last laps, because, what's the point? So, I was second, I ended up taking first, and then I had some people, kind of push me, because it's Talladega. You gotta push, bump, or draft, whatever. Normally, I'm really good at Talladega and Daytona. Not as good as Daytona, but Talladega is, like, my track. So, this is a diecast on that specific win. Now, I only have one win ever in my career, I guess you could say. So we've done one full season, and we're, I think, a little under halfway into Season 2 now. I don't really know, but we're still going to continue that. I still got a race I got to upload, but I haven't uploaded it because we haven't really been racing. For whatever reason, the owner's doing whatever he's doing, so I don't know what's that about, but anyway, yeah, first season win. Luckily, got it from again, very lucky, actually. Just an event. Unfortunate for Jarrett, but of course, fortunate for me. So, that video, or that race, I guess, it will be linked in the description. I don't know how long ago this was, like a few months ago, but I've been trying to get this build done forever. Now, here's why. I've had so many issues with the paint, decaling, etc. Now, I had one video on this before. It was never uploaded. It was never posted. Because after I recorded it, it was like, I got to looking at it and I'm like, I really don't like how I've done this. Because I did the burnout in the grass. So I added all kinds of brown and green on there, and it's like, that looked good at first, and it looked good in my head, but I actually did it. It didn't look that great. So I still have some, race wear and stuff, and I got the window net down, as you can see. But yeah, Talladega is definitely my kind of track. Now, normally, it's hard to race with a bunch of online people, because a lot of them don't know how to hold their line, or they'll blame you for something that you didn't even do. And it can get pretty heated during those league races, but I mean, hey. It is what it is. Unfortunate for Jared, but he's got like 7 wins. He's like Kevin Harvick. Him and T-Mac are Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin of the series. It's like legit. Like, that's how they are. So I think he'll be okay after losing one race due to a disconnection. And it's like, it's funny how he says it's because, oh, I'll let you win this race, I'll let you win that race. But when he loses, he's like, bro, I was going to win that race. I'm like, are you kidding me? Can you not lie for once? Can you, actually be respectful and, stick to your word? Be a man of your word? Because nobody's going to respect you if you do that. Just saying, he does that all the time. Now, I like Jarrett, and I don't mean to call him out, but we kind of can't deny that's just how he is. Logan's the same way. He'll get all peed off about something, but I mean, it's whatever. We're not here to talk about the drivers of the McDonald's Cup Series, but we are here to review the diecast. So, I still have a plan for a 124 for this. I'm planning to get a 124. I wanted to get a Authentics version. I might do an Authentics version of the 124s, then a actual legitimate good quality version. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a fun race. I'm glad I get to race in that league. But sometimes it just gets a little hostile and it gets really stupid about how people act. But anyway, yeah, once again, we're going to take a look at this bad boy. I used a Chase Elliott test car, which was like the gray one. And I did that because it has no nameplate on the back. Not because I can mark it out or I can replace it, but the name banner was there, but there was not a name on it. Just like in the Heat games. So I'm like, oh, that's a perfect opportunity, so I went ahead and took advantage of that. But enough talk, let's actually get into this diecast review. Alright, so here's the diecast out of the box, and surprisingly, good old Joey did not make this template. I actually made this template, and the reason I made this template was because I did not have Joey before this event occurred. Now, you can tell I made this because a few things. Now you would actually have to get a good look at the car to know the differences, but the 16 font is off. I did not know how to match that during my, whatever my editor was, which was Pixel Lab. I couldn't get that exact font, so I was like, you know what, it's whatever, I'll just roll with it. Now, the Gatorade right here was supposed to be black, but where it had that black line, I was afraid it was going to kind of mesh into each other and it wasn't going to look good. So that originally was black, not white. And then I think the Goodyear logo was white, or not white, yellow, not black. But I didn't like how the yellow looked, so I switched that to black. And of course, there's a winter sticker up here. That clearly is not in the game if you, win a race. I don't think it is anyway. Or at least online it's not. So I put that on there. Again, not legit. Neither is the window net, the rubber buildup because there was no damage, the damage on the side because there was no damage. But anyway, first things first, this thing does not sit right. For whatever reason, when I put it back together, it would not sit right, which was weird because any other time it would sit fine. But when I rebuild this specific one, it would not go back together. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fool with it. It is what it is. I'll deal with it. But as I have said, this was just way too difficult to even fathom. It was really bad. I had paint issues. I had to scrap this at least 13 times. On a serious note, it was at least 5 or 6 times. I had to scrap this project over and over and over again because nothing would work. So finally, I was able to get somewhat to what I want. And I wasn't going to go back and do it again. No, I'm going to use it as just a prop, as in, oh, I actually got a win. So, that's cool. So I was done. I was not going to remake this anymore. I'm going to make another one to send to the owner of the series. So T-Mac will be getting this. Or not this one, but he will be getting one of them. And it's going to be hard to recreate, the tire wear and stuff. And all that jazz. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and actually get a look at this diecast, shall we? Right here I got Lumar on the hood. Now the plan was to make a Bowman-like scheme. Because it had this and it had the blue and the Lumar. But it turned out more like Kevin Harvick's win from Sonoma in 2018. I believe it looked just like that. So that was cool. I did not mean for that intentionally, but that's just how it came out. And oh, here's the funny thing. I was doing this paint scheme. I was the only one that was doing my schemes at the time. I didn't have Joey. I didn't have anybody else to make my own schemes for the series. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make one that's simple. So in case I win, I'm able to make it and actually, do the diecast. And fortunately, I ended up winning and I had a very, very simple paint scheme. And I do believe someone in the league is doing a throwback to this win, which I thought was incredible. And then there was another guy that messaged me on Instagram. He said, hey, I recreated your paint scheme from your Talladega win in Heat 5. And I'm like, oh, it's so cool. So yeah, there's a little bit of popularity with this win, even though it wasn't really right, because again, Jarrett did disconnect. But it was either, I can already see how it was going to play out. I was going to go low. He was going to go low as well. He was going to put me in the grass, make me finish like third or fourth, and then he was going to win. That's just how it was, even though he said, oh, I'll let you win this one. So, yeah, I know how you are. You can't fool me. You're not fooling anybody. That's just how you race. But anyway, got Lumar on the hood. You can see here, you got some dirt buildup there. Got a red splitter. Got some worn out tires and stuff. Got the Monster Energy banner. Got the 16 up here. And you got, of course, nothing on the name banner. IK9.com, it's a little pixelated. This whole project was kind of weird. So I got the Camaro, got the taillights, the new taillights. And I say new because this is a 2019/2018. Got the 16 there. And you got a huge blown out tire here. You got just the fender is broken out or bent out. You got all kinds of rubber built up around that. You got the white on the wheels from where I went into the grass. You see a little bit of green on that side as well. So yeah, you got that. You got the Gatorade there. No B-post, because there's no B-post on your custom schemes online. Got the 16 there. Exhaust pipes. Those are some pretty bad exhaust pipes. Got the Monster Energy, also very bad. Monster Energy logo, mechanics wear in 3M. Got that little rubber build up there as well. Got the Goodyear right there. Once again, got mechanics wear, Edelbrock, Moog, Mail, and Sunoco. I'm pretty sure. And of course, you got the front here again. It's a little screwy, but I mean, hey, you know, it is what it is. Then on this side is where we got some damage. Now, of course, this wasn't on the actual race car, but I wanted to add a little bit, at least a little bit of character. So I'm pretty sure I was on the high line when this happened, but I was hit like 2 or 3 times, or 3 or 4 times with, yeah, I think it was Jarrett, Logan, and maybe Micah. Maybe. I don't think he was up here with us enough to even hit me, so it may have been just Logan and Jarrett, or just one or the other. But yeah, I definitely got doored a good amount of times, so I figured I'd add that, you know, just for a little bit of fun. And they got the NASCAR Heat Pro League there. I didn't know what to put on there, so that's what I did. I got the window net down. And got some detailed interior and exterior. You can't really see the interior, but I got the gear shifter painted, and I got the roll cage painted. Got the winter sticker up there. One of, well, one. I wish I could say one of many, but that is incorrect. There's only one there, and only one in the win season so far, or one win in the season so far. So yeah, got some chewed up tires there as well. I actually really like the chewed up tires. I feel like they came up pretty good. You can see the paint on the wheels from the grass, which I also thought was pretty cool. And another thing I have to mention, as I said, this was the first season of, you know, the McDonald's Cup Series. You may be thinking, well, where's the rookie stripes? I didn't have any on here, not because it wasn't like legit to the paint scheme. I would have added them, but it was everybody's first season, so everybody was a rookie. So I'm like, you know, why bother? But I actually might go back and fix that. I don't know, but who knows? I might not, because that 16's there, and I have to actually redo the whole thing. But I mean, I don't know. And also another thing, this is Talladega, right? Where's the confetti? During this time, the whole COVID-19 thing was huge. Now, it's calmed down now, but it's still a thing, it's still around, it's still real. But this is where everything, well, it didn't really start the pickup here, but it was still pretty talked about. It was really, it was all over the news. Now you're like, yeah, it is what it is, wear a mask, whatever. But, and to keep it somewhat realistic, even though this wasn't a 2019 or 20... Okay, how am I supposed to say this? This was a 2020 win, right? I won this in 2020. So in the real races in 2020, they was not doing confetti at this time. But with it being heat, they did have confetti. But at the same time, I'm like, just add that little bit, that wee little bit of it not being a game and it being a league. I did not add confetti just for that reason. Now, at first I planned to. I have a template to where there's confetti on it. But I'm like, no, I don't think I'll have confetti on this one, which is unfortunate because I do like, you know, confetti diecast and race damage diecast. But it's like, just to keep it a little bit more real, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, that is the diecast. Again, you can see the race in the description below. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. and I will see you in the next video.